Okay, today we're going to be learning how to use a percent proportion. So a proportion is two fractions equal to each other. But a percent proportion is a fraction equal to a percent as a fraction. So every fraction is always a part to a whole. So for example, 1/8, the part is 1, the whole is 8. A percent as a fraction is always the percent out of 100 because every percent is out of 100. So in a percent proportion, you're always going to have a 100 underneath the percent. So when using a percent proportion, something that can help you figure out which number is the part and which number is the whole is to look for the word is for the part and the word of for the whole. So we're going to use this percent proportion to solve the problems below. So number 1 says, what number is 25% of 20? So we're going to set up a percent proportion. So I know that there's always going to be a 100 in the bottom right. So now in the problem, we're given what number is 25% of 20. So 25% has the percent symbol with it. So that means 25 has to go in the percent spot above the 100. So 25 is going to go here. The 20 has that word of, which gives us a clue that 20 is the whole, which means in my percent proportion, the whole goes in the bottom left. So what's missing in this problem is the part. So whenever something's missing, we're going to use a variable, which is a letter. So I'm going to use the letter X. So now we want to solve for the letter X. So what we can do is cross multiply first. I can't cross multiply this way because I don't know what X is. So I'm going to cross multiply this way. So 25 times 20. So this gives us 500. Then what we want to do is divide by the leftover number. The leftover number is 100. That's going to give us our missing answer. 500 divided by 100 is 5. So the missing part is X equals 5. Okay, number 2, what percent of 50 is 30? So again, let's set up our percent proportion. I'm going to start by putting my 100 in the bottom right because I know that that's always there. Now I'm going to look at the problem and circle what can help me set up my proportion. I see of 50 is 30. So of 50 is a hint that 50 is the whole because of that word of. So that means 50 has to go in the bottom left. Is 30 tells me that 30 is the part. So that's going to go above the 50, top left. So what's missing in this problem is the percent, which makes sense because we don't have any numbers in this problem that have a percent symbol like we did here. So now we could solve for the missing percent. So we're going to cross multiply. We can't cross multiply this way because we don't know what X is. So we're going to cross multiply this way. So we're going to do 30 times 100. That equals 3,000. Then I'm going to divide that by the leftover number. So the leftover number that we haven't used in this problem is 50. And then that's going to give us X. 3,000 divided by 50 equals 60. So the missing percent in this one is 60. Okay, number 3. 30 is 60% of what number? So I'm going to set up my percent proportion, put my 100 in the bottom right, and now look for clues in the problem. So I see 30 is 60% of what number? So 30 is means 30 is the part. So it goes in the top left. 60%, the percent always goes top right over the 100. So what we're missing is the whole. So we can cross multiply this way. So 30 times 100, which equals 3,000. And then 3,000 divided by the leftover number, which is 60, is going to give us x. So that equals 50. So x equals 50. Okay, number 4. 40% of what number is 4? So again, set up our proportion, put my 100 in the bottom right. So in the problem, I see 40%. The percent goes over the 100 in the top right, and I see is 4. So that's my clue that 4 is my part, so it goes top left. So we're missing the whole. So we're going to cross multiply. 4 times 100 is 400. Then I'm going to divide by the leftover number, which is 40. So 400 divided by 40 gives us 10. So x equals 10. That's the missing whole. Okay, so we're going to scroll down. Okay, last two. Number 5, what number is 20% of 700? So set up your percent proportion. In a percent proportion, we always have the 100 in the bottom right. So it says, is 20% and of 700. So the 20 has the percent symbol, so it's going to go above the 100. 700, that word of, helps me to know that it's the whole, so it goes in the bottom left. So now we're going to cross multiply this way. 700 times 20 equals 14,000 divided by the leftover number, which is 100, and x equals 140. That is our missing part. Number 12. 12 is what percent of 25? Set up my percent proportion. I see 12 is, and I see of 25. So 12 is means 12 is the part. Of 25 means 25 is the whole. What we're missing is the percent. Cross multiply 12 times 100, and we get 1200 divided by the leftover number, which is 25, and that equals 48. So x equals 48.